distinguished guests. At the outset, I would like to thank Her Excellency the Minister of State of Information of Egypt, Mr. Osama Haikal, for inviting me to address this important and timely topic. Let's all agree that no democracy can function without the freedom of express and its conventional and digital formats. It is the cornerstone of trust between people and their institution. Trust is built on credibility, facts, and access to information. The freedom of expression is rooted in Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This year, however, the COVID-19 pandemic posed a challenge to the freedom of press. In addition to the pandemic, we had witnessed a widespread outbreak of another virus. That is the pandemic of misinformation, conspiracy theories, hate speech, and harmful health advice online. In many cases, those falsehoods were spread by bots or malicious automated programs disguised as people. Lies and hate speech cause harm as they provoke communities and show fear and incite violence. This phenomenon of widespread hate speech and stigma was also prevalent prior to COVID-19. The pandemic exacerbated and put it under a magnifying glass. There are hate mongers who exploited the proliferation of the digital platform and the long time people are spending online to spread their toxic lies and twisted ideology. The consequence was tearing the fabric of our societies. Therefore, my dear friend, we should encourage fact-based news and analysis and protect free, independent reporting that gathers and delivers it to the public. The responsibility to do so lies on all of us, whether a state or non-state actor, including journalists and the social media companies. At the same time, our approach should be based on international human rights laws that protect the freedom of expression as a fundamental human right. Many social media platforms are actively fighting misinformation and removing misleading posts from their feeds. The United Nations has taken important steps to combat hate speech and misinformation through a number of initiatives. First, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres launched a UN strategy on hate speech to enhance the United Nations effort against the menace of hate speech and protect people and end stigma and end violence. The strategy includes a number of recommendations for state and non-state actors. Number two, to complement that strategy, my office launched a communication campaign on safeguarding religious sites, emphasizing the importance of interfaith and intercultural dialogue, and underlining the importance of protecting all places of worship that are the soul of any society. Thirdly, the Secretary General also launched the so-called Verified initiative to provide science-based information and to promote solidarity and promote local and global cooperation. There are, my friend, a number of recommendations to combat misinformation, hate speech in the media. Number one, freedom of expression should be protected. At the same time, there is a responsibility on journalists and media practitioners to verify their sources and do proper fact-checking. Number two, social media companies should do more to flag and remove racist, misogynist, and other harmful content in line with international human rights law. Number three, educational institutions should focus on digital literacy at a time when billions of young people are online and when extremists are seeking to prey on captive and potentially despairing audiences. Number four, breaching the digital divide. Number five, governments and international organizations have an obligation to promote fact and scientific approaches. This organization cannot, however, substitute the role of free media. It is a collective effort and all society approach. Concluding, in my many visits to Egypt in different capacities, I was always encouraged to see the proliferation of traditional and digital media outlets. I was pleased to learn about the new initiatives that aim at capacity building of young media makers based on fact-checking and the enhancement of media infrastructure. So I thank you again for inviting me to this meeting. I'm looking forward to the outcome of this important gathering. Thank you very much. All my warm regard to my dear Egypt.